Hello, welcome to Online Citation Tools, Options and Uses. What are online citation tools and how do students use them? Online citation tools are electronic resources, often based on the web, that allow users to create a formatted bibliographic citation by entering data into an electronic form. Citations can be created in multiple citation styles, such as MLA, APA, and Chicago. Students often use these as a shortcut in creating bibliographies. This presentation is geared toward helping instructors understand these tools and to encourage students to use them in a productive, ethical, and rhetorically appropriate way. There are three major kinds of citation tools available for researchers now. Online citation generators, which are web-based tools that format citations for students or researchers as they put into an online form. These usually result in citations that can be cut and pasted or exported to a document. They sometimes store citations, perhaps in the browser or in a user account, and there's often free versions and paid versions. Citation management software is a little different. These are applications that are installed on the user's computer, and they tend to be much more fully featured. Lots of storage of bibliographies and multiple bibliographies, tagging, either in local storage or online accounts. And again, some are free, some are paid. Search embedded citation tools. These are tools that are connected with JSTOR, EBSCO, Google Scholar, and other databases. They are the easiest to use in some way, but often just offer the opportunity to copy and paste the citation right from the tool itself. So first, citation generators. We're going to go through the major citation generators available today and some of the pros and cons. Three of the most popular or easiest to find are BibMe, Citation Machine, and EasyBib. All of these are located at these various URLs up here. They are all run by a private company called Chegg, and they have essentially the same interface and features. The downside of BibMe, Citation Machine, and EasyBib, they're all the automatic default option, which is a search for your article, is very sluggish and kind of hard to get through and very counterintuitive. Researchers can also create a manual citation where you plug the information into the site's form fields. A lot of times the system will stop you in the middle of your site creation to show an ad, which again is distracting. But there are a massive number of stored citation styles and many, many obscure citation styles. Researchers can store their citations in the browser so that anytime you go back to the browser, it's stored. But you can also create an online account with these sites that will store your citations indefinitely. There is a basic plagiarism and grammar checker in these applications as well, but it is pretty limited in the free version. So the Citation Machine, BibMe, EasyBib interface looks kind of the same. This is BibMe's. That looks about the same. So you can either create a citation or go through the plagiarism check. Another option, which is a little better, I think, it's a little bit more lightweight. This is called ZoteroBib. It's available at zbib.org. It is a much more lightweight citation generator, and it's made by the makers of Zotero, and they are a nonprofit. And the Zotero Online Citation Management, the software we'll talk about a little later, is usually a very good one. Users can search for a source, or you can, again, add information manually for the source, so anything you have. Numerous citation sources, 10,000 stored citation styles. This is one of the benefits of open source development. Like lots of people have contributed all these citation styles. It will store your bibliography in the browser, but it does not offer account creation. No ads, no restrictions. It's a full-featured citation generator. It's kind of no frills. It does the one thing it does very well. So you can either search in the ZoteroBib search bar to find your various source, your book, your article. Or you can click manual entry, and you can select the type of source, and then enter all of this data, and then click done, and they will create your citation for you. And it will look like this. Here are some citations that were generated. This is in the Modern Language Association 8th edition. You could be a little drop down here and change the citation style. You can also select all and copy into a bibliography, or select and copy individual citations. Likewise, it offers the opportunity to export to HTML, either to Zotero, to BibTeX, which is a kind of a citation manager software, an RTF, which is a rich text file. It's just a pretty word processor file, a pretty text file, or you can get it in HTML. So ZBib does one thing really well, which is just create these bibliographies in numerous style guides. Most undergraduate researchers will probably not have to ever use anything besides MLA and APA, maybe Chicago in some disciplines. So ZBib is a very good option for that. NightCite. This is run by Calvin College. It's a small private college in Grand Rapids. calvin.edu/library/NightCite. This is a very simple, lightweight citation style generator, or citation generator, MLA, APA in Chicago. Lots of source types. Does not save citations, but you can create an account to save your cites if you want to. And I do not believe you have to be associated with Calvin College to use it. So the NightCite, it's not a extremely modern looking interface, but it has a lot of the core functionality that we would look for in something like this. NC State also has a citation builder through the library. Again, simple and lightweight. Only has a few of the major source citation styles, APA, MLA, Chicago. Again, good for undergraduate usage. No storage of citations, but also no ads or no clutter on the site. It's kind of very lightweight. You want to cite a different kind of material, and it'll prompt you for a form, and you can choose the citation style. So, citation management software. This is a little bit more involved, where here we have applications that people would actually install onto their home computer. Desktop applications, database-like solutions, very helpful for advanced researchers, graduate students and faculty. Having a good citation manager is a really helpful thing when you're doing an extended project. The ones we'll talk about today, they generally work on the same principle. They have a source database. There's usually some local and cloud storage involved, because you don't need a ton of storage in these things. And usually have numerous output styles for bibliographies. There's both free ones and paid ones. So the one I want to talk about first is Zotero. This is the one I personally use in my own practice. I've been using it for years. It's pretty great. Zotero.org. Very full-featured. Runs on Mac, Windows, and Linux. It's totally free. You can store your citations locally on your computer and on Zotero.org with a free account. So you can store your library of cites independently and get it off your desktop. You can also attach websites and PDFs to your citations, so that when you can link to the full text of a citation, an article, or something like that you use. Numerous source types. Almost every kind of source that you can imagine is able to be cited in Zotero, and in thousands and thousands of citation styles. I think it was 10,000 last I checked. This is what the Zotero application looks like. You have a library. There's an item type, title, creator. You could click over here and add a new item. You could do a drop down, and it'll give you options to add a book, add a film, add an article, numerous different kinds, and you could just add all this extra information. You can also go through, add notes, add tags. You can also add attachments. So it's a pretty full-featured little application, and it is 100% free. So Mendeley does a lot of the same things as Zotero. Some people might like it a little better. but it's at mendeley.com. Very similar layout and functionality, many source types and citation styles. There is an actual paid option for Mendeley at various price points per month, but you can actually save your source material, your articles, except on their servers. So it's almost a cloud solution as well. So you'll see that it looks very kind of similar to Zotero. Similar, and it has a simpler kind of interface up here. You can add and choose, but it has basically the same library and file architecture over here, and the core database windows over here, and then your detail where you would add the bibliographic information. So some database and search enabled citation tools. These are often the almost defaults that some students can go to, and there are some pluses and some minuses about using them. So they're generally built into the search and database tools that researchers use to find the sources themselves. A lot of times they don't have a lot of functionality, and they're not for kind of management of a large number of sources, but they will often enable you to create a citation. So the ones we'll talk about today are JSTOR, the EBSCO databases, and Google Scholar. JSTOR, one of the more famous online repositories and database subscription services. Many university libraries use JSTOR. Huge repository of full-text journal articles, reviews, periodicals in many disciplines. There's a little Cite This button in the search result in JSTOR and on the detail page of each item that enables you to pull a specific citation. They can click and copy an MLA, APA, and Chicago citation for whatever source they find in JSTOR. So here's an example. This is a journal article called Filming War. This happens to be an open access journal article, so it's from the journal Daedalus, volume 140, number 3. And this is kind of a generic information, but then you have the Cite button over here, where it gives you the major citation styles, MLA, Chicago, and APA. So you can see that this is the MLA 8th version, Winter JM, Filming War, Daedalus, Volume 40, number 3, MIT Press, 2011. And it offers the DOI and the stable URL. Same thing with Chicago with APA. So all you have to do is copy and grab that. You could also, if you're using RefWorks or EasyBib or another citation manager, you can also use that. The EBSCO databases. This is the other major repository that many universities use. Lots of full-text articles and citations. Again, it's designed to be comprehensive. Lots of integrated cite options in many styles for citations. So here we have, after a search, Lost in Space, the spatial and scalar dimensions of organized crime in the Pacific. That sounds like a very complicated international relations article. So here, this is our search result. And then in the detail of the search, we have a cite button over here on the right side. Again, you can add to your folders, you can print it out, email it, etc., etc., etc. But here, the one we're looking at is our citation button. So in the detail, with the abstract, we have a citation button. And here, the nice thing about this is there's many citation styles, many more than in JSTOR, that you can click and copy a formatted citation in AMA, APA, Chicago, MLA, and a couple of the others. Doesn't have all the citation styles, but there are about 5 or 6 of the major ones. And students or researchers can simply cut and paste and put it into their bibliography. So it's not difficult at all. And it does look to be relatively up to date, which is also a problem in the next one we'll talk about, which is Google Scholar. Google Scholar is a kind of an open access, open search engine for scholarly articles. It is very helpful in a lot of ways. And the citation links are present in the Google search results. This makes it very simple for researchers to grab this information. MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, AMA. Citations are easy to grab from Google Scholar, but some formats are based on old style guides. This is the MLA for journal articles, for example, is out of date. So anybody who's using these sites should check the formatting with the current and required style guides in their discipline. So here, our search result, Afrofuturist reading of Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man. So there's a little cite button right here. It also gives you who cited this article, which is sometimes a nice metric of how popular and how influential a given work might be in the research literature. So we click the cite button, and that gives up this cite window, and it gives the 5 major citation styles: MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, and Vancouver. I've never seen Vancouver used, but again, this MLA one I know for a fact is outdated, but it has the core information that one can copy and paste this and add the various formatting that you need without it being a big deal. And I believe the APA in Chicago are actually up to date for this one. So the embedded search tools are limited, and they only give you individual sites, but they do offer the core information that everyone needs for citation. So without struggling to follow and figure out the information that goes in the citation, this is a viable shortcut for students to learn what information goes into a required site and why citation is important. So thank you so much for your time. Hope this was helpful.